It's 2 p.m. You are staring at your screen. Your eyes feel heavy. Your motivation has evaporated. And your brain feels like it is wading through concrete. You reach for your third coffee, hoping for a spark, but all you get is the jitters. You tell yourself this is normal. You say, "I'm just getting older," or "It's just stress." That is a lie. Being perpetually exhausted is not normal. It is a sign that your environment is hostile to your biology. I'm not going to tell you this is some grand conspiracy. It's actually much simpler. It is a business model. Look at the incentives. The food industry doesn't make money if you are fasting. They make money if your blood sugar is spiking and crashing every 2 hours. The tech industry doesn't make money if you are sleeping. They make money if you are scrolling at midnight, bathed in blue light. Your fatigue isn't an accident. It is the byproduct of an economy that is optimized to harvest your attention and sell you convenience. You're walking through a minefield of biological disruptors, from the synthetic light in your eyes to the processed oils in your gut. And you wonder why you have no energy to fight back. A tired person is an obedient consumer. But if you are ready to stop being a customer and start being a threat, pay attention. We are about to dismantle the trap. To understand why you are tired, you have to stop looking at your symptoms and start looking at the system. You are currently caught in a biological pincer movement, executed by the food and tech industries. Attack vector number 1 is the glucose rollercoaster. Look at a standard modern breakfast, a bagel, cereal, or a sweetened coffee. This isn't just unhealthy. It creates a specific biological event. You ingest a massive, high glycemic load. Your blood glucose spikes. Your pancreas releases insulin to manage it. But because the spike was so unnatural, the drop is too steep. That 2 p.m. slump isn't just being tired, it is reactive hypoglycemia. Your blood sugar has dropped below baseline, and your brain is detecting a fuel crisis. You aren't lazy, you are running on empty. Attack vector number 2 is dopamine downregulation. When your blood sugar crashes, you feel weak and anxious. So what do? You reach for your phone to self-soothe. This is where the trap closes. The algorithms hit your brain with rapid-fire, high-contrast stimulation. Biology seeks balance. So when you flood your brain with cheap dopamine, it protects itself by turning down the volume on your receptors. This is called downregulation. The result is a permanent state of apathy. Normal tasks feel impossibly boring because your baseline for stimulation has been artificially raised. This is the dopamine insulin trap. The food crashes your energy, so you turn to the phone. The phone numbs your drive, so you order comfort food. Spike, crash, scroll, repeat. Now, look at the economics. This cycle is not an accident. It is an ecosystem. DoorDash generated over $8 billion last year. Netflix generated $33 billion. Those business models collapse. If you have the energy to cook a healthy meal, or the focus to build your own project, the economy doesn't need you healthy. It needs you tired enough to buy convenience and bored enough to buy entertainment. Let's be honest about the price you are paying. Fatigue isn't just an annoyance. It is a thief. It is stealing the life you keep planning, but never actually living. You have the vision. You listen to the podcasts. You have the desire to build something great, but simply having the will isn't enough. When your body is chemically crashing at 6 p.m. low energy is the graveyard of ambition. Think about your average day. You negotiate with yourself. You say, "I'm too drained tonight. I'll do it tomorrow when I'm fresh." But tomorrow never comes, because tomorrow you eat the same food, spike the same insulin, and crash at the same time. You are stuck in a loop where your ambition is writing checks that your biology cannot cash. And listen, none of this is your fault. You have been trying to win a Formula One race with sugar in your gas tank. You've been trying to force mindset to override physiology. And that is a battle you will lose every single time when your blood sugar crashes. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for discipline, literally shuts down to save energy. You physically cannot force yourself to care about your future when your body thinks it is starving. You look at those people who seem to have endless energy, that friend who hits the gym at 9 p.m., or that coworker who is still sharp at the end of the day. And you wonder if they are a different species. They aren't. They just have biological sovereignty. This simply means they have control over their energy supply, instead of being controlled by it. They are operating on stable, high-octane fuel, while you are running on fumes. Energy is the raw material of wealth. It doesn't matter how smart you are. If you cannot sustain high-output focus for 4 hours straight, you will lose to the person who can. So let's stop blaming your willpower. You were never the problem. Your biology was hijacked, and it is time to take it back. So, how do you fight back? How do you break the dopamine insulin trap? You start by treating your body like a precision instrument, not a dumping ground. The first step to reclaiming your energy is glucose sovereignty. You need to understand that your energy levels are directly tied to your blood sugar curve. When you eat a standard modern breakfast, toast, cereal, fruit juice, you are effectively lighting a match in a dry field. You get a massive, fast spike in energy, followed by a burnout 2 hours later. That burnout is the fog. That burnout is the laziness. To fix this, you don't need to become a nutrition monk. You just need a tactical protocol. Protocol number 1, the savory breakfast. Never start your day with sugar. Start with protein and fats. Eggs, meat, avocado. When you anchor your morning with protein, you stabilize your glucose baseline for the entire day. You are switching your body from burning fast, volatile kindling, to burning slow, steady logs. Protocol number 2, no naked carbs. Never eat carbohydrates alone. If you eat a carb, you must dress it with fiber, fat, or protein. This creates a biological buffer, slowing down absorption and flattening the curve. Protocol number 3, fix the connection. You have likely heard of the gut-brain axis. Your gut communicates directly with your nervous system. If your gut is inflamed from processed oils and constant sugar, it sends inflammatory signals straight to your brain. This is what brain fog often is, a system-wide alert that something is wrong. Stop eating things that were engineered in a lab to be addictive. If a food has an ingredient list that looks like a chemistry experiment, it wasn't designed for your biology, it was designed for shelf life. When you stabilize your glucose and lower the inflammation, something shifts. The 2 p.m. crash disappears. The mood swings vanish. You unlock a steady hum of focus that lasts from morning until night. But fueling the engine is only half the battle. You also need to fix the navigation system. You need to repair the dopamine receptors that have been desensitized by your phone. Most people think fatigue is purely physical. It isn't. You can eat the perfect diet, get 8 hours of sleep, and take every supplement on Earth. But if your neural circuitry is fried, you will still feel dead inside. This brings us to the second half of the biological attack: dopamine downregulation. Your brain was designed for a world of scarcity. In nature, a dopamine spike was a rare reward for hard effort. Today, you are navigating an ecosystem of super stimuli, algorithmically perfected content designed to hit your brain harder than reality ever could. Here is the biological cost. Biology seeks balance. When you flood your brain with cheap, high-contrast dopamine, infinite scrolling, high-speed editing, shock content, your brain panics. It thinks the signal is too loud, so it protects itself by stripping away your dopamine receptors. It literally turns down the volume on your own mind. The result is anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure, the things that should motivate you. Building a business, reading a book, connecting with a partner, no longer register. They feel boring because your baseline for stimulation has been artificially raised. You aren't just distracted, You stopped feeling like yourself because your brain's reward system was hijacked. You need a neural reset. You must engage in what I call strategic boredom. You need to lower the volume of the world so your receptors can grow back. The protocol 1. The golden hour. No phone for the first 60 minutes of the day. Do not let the algorithm dictate your mood before you get out of bed. 2. Sonic fasting. Try working in silence for the first 30 minutes of a task. Train your brain to generate its own momentum without needing a constant backing track. 3. Analog eating. No screens while you consume food. Let your brain register satiety. When you strip away the digital noise, your sensitivity returns. Suddenly, hard work doesn't feel draining anymore. It feels engaging. You reclaim your natural drive. Motivation is not a personality trait. It is a neurochemical state. But now that you have the fuel and the fire, you have one final decision to make. You can use this energy to just feel better, or you can use it to go to war. So, here is the final shift. I need you to stop calling this wellness. Stop calling it dieting. Stop calling it self-care. Those are soft words for a hard reality. This is warfare. You have to understand that when you are tired, you are obedient. A tired man buys convenience. A tired man watches ads. A tired man does not build a competitor to the system. He just works for it. The industries that built your environment don't hate you. They just need to monetize you. And they know that weak people are profitable. They want you anxious, inflamed, and sedated. Not because they are evil, but because that is their business model. So, reclaiming your health is no longer just about looking good in the mirror. It is an act of economic rebellion. Every time you choose real food over processed sludge, you are defunding their matrix. Every time you turn off your phone to sleep, you are repairing your weapon. Every time you prioritize your energy over their entertainment, you are saying no. You have two choices. You can remain a battery for the system, drained, used, and discarded. Or you can become a threat. If you are ready to refuse the sedation and start being a problem for the system, click subscribe. The biological attack ends today. Fix your fuel, fix your mind, and wake up.